make a salsa to go with our hamburgers tonight. So we've got some ingredients here, and first of all, of course, with a salsa, you're going to need an avocado. Now, when you get an avocado, an easy way to know that it's right is when you take out that little center part of the stem. Okay, I get a small knife because I don't really need a big knife. I'm going to put it on my board, and I'm just going to cut around it like so. Twist it. Now, that one's not very good, so we're going to put that off to one side. Try another one. Around the side. Turn. That's a lot better. Now, very carefully, I'm going to take the pip out, and by doing that, what I do is I get the knife and I just twist, and out it pops. Now, to get this avocado out, I get a spoon and go around the edge. And you'll find when you do that, you get the whole avocado out, and it's a lot less messy. I can also, at this point, take off any little brown pieces because we don't want that. Although they're fine to eat, they look a little bit unsightly. Now I'm going to roughly chop this because we want different textures to be going through the salsa. Now, just before, what I've done is also chopped a small handful of basil, and I've put in the zest of half a lime. Now, the zest is the skin of the lime. You want to avoid putting any of the white pith into there because that will be quite bitter. If you don't have a fine grater to do that, what you can do is peel off using a knife or a peeler very carefully, and then chop it up very, very finely. Now, what I want to do to add some flavour, but also to help preserve the avocado, its beautiful colour, is to squeeze the juice of half a lime in there, and also half a lemon. Now, everyone's different with their preferences of what they like. I like it to be a little bit tart. Now, when I'm going to use a larger knife for doing the onion, and I only want to use just under half an onion. Put that off to one side. I'm just going to peel off the first top layer of the onion. Right, you'll notice that I've left the base of the onion there. The reason for that is because it's going to make it easier to chop up quite finely, because we want it to be tasted in there, but it don't want to be overpowering. Now, do this very, very carefully. You might want an adult to do this for you. Keeping my fingers well out of the way. I'm slicing horizontally, and then doing little slits, not all the way to the end, but all the way down to the bottom. Then when I cut it, and remember I'm using my fingers tilted in slightly so that I don't cut my fingers, and I'm pushing the knife away from me. And as you can see, I'm getting small, thin slices of the red onion with minimal wastage. Okay, so that's really finely diced. I'm happy with that. And you can see I'm trying to keep my area as clean as possible. With the tomato, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to halve it first of all, and then I'm going to cut it into thirds. Now, I don't want the inside of it because it's going to make it too watery. So I'm going to cut off the inside now. I'm not going to throw this away because I want to use it in a bolognese or some sort of other sauce that I'm making later on, because I don't want to see any food wasted. You You can see it's very easy to cut away from it, or for it to come away. And there we've got our extra pieces. Now what I'm going to do now very carefully is slice down the middle of those. I don't mind if these ones are a little bit chunkier. I am being very careful. If you're a bit worried, please get someone else to cut them for you. And then, again, nice chunks. Don't have to be all uniform. In other words, they don't have to be all exactly the same. It's nice if everything's a little bit rustic. Now, we're almost done here, but what we're also going to need to do is decide whether we want to have any heat in there. And what I mean by heat, I mean chili. So when you are adding chili, less is best. All right, less is best, because if you can always add more chili and you can always add more salt, but you can't take them away. Okay, so if you make it too hot, people aren't going to enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take part of my chili, I'm going to take out all of the seeds. Now, it's important obviously that we wash our hands before, but it's also equally important that we wash our hands after we've been working with chili. Because if we decide to wipe our eyes or our mouth or go to the bathroom, it's going to be very, very painful, all right? It'll sting your eyes. So I'm looking at that now and I'm still thinking that's probably quite a lot of chili. So I don't know if I want to have all of that in there. So you want to cut that part quite small. The reason for that is because you don't want someone to have a big chunk of chili in their mouth. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just add some seasoning of some pepper and some salt. So I'm just putting in a sprinkling of salt. Now I'm going to mix it all around. Now as you mix it, you can see all the beautiful flavours coming out. The only other thing I want to add in there is maybe a little bit of garlic oil. Right, so this can now go in the fridge. I'll just put a wet wet paper towel over the top because that'll stop it from going brown as well, and then glad wrap over the top. Like to see yours. Enjoy.